You ever wonder what it's like to grow up knowing you don't belong? Not in some misfit kind of way, but like the universe itself decided you were a mistake. That was my life. Jason Gregory, the kid everyone loved to pick on just because of my last name. Gregory. Doesn't sound like much, right? But on my home planet, it might as well have been a curse. A name that didn't fit. A name that made me an easy target. They never let me forget it. Every day the same taunts, the same looks, like I was something less, like I didn't deserve to be there. And then there's Jackson. Jackson Gregory, my brother, my human brother. He's from Earth. He looks human, acts human, is human, and he's never around. Never grew up beside me, never knew what it was like to carry this name on my world. He had a normal life, a life where Gregory was just another name in the crowd. Meanwhile, I was fighting just to prove I belonged anywhere. I used to wonder, why him? Why did he get to be the one who fit in while I was the one left to be the outcast? Maybe it was fate. Maybe it was just bad luck. Either way, I stopped asking those questions a long time ago. Now I just focus on surviving, because out here, the only thing that matters is strength, and I've got plenty of that now. You know, there was a time I actually thought things would get better. That maybe if I worked hard enough, fought back enough, they'd finally leave me alone. But that's not how it works, is it? You push back, they push harder. You stand up, they knock you right back down, and when you don't have anyone in your corner, you start to wonder if it's even worth the fight. Jackson? He never had to fight those battles. He never had to wake up dreading what the day would bring. He never had to listen to them call his name like it was some kind of joke, some insult. I used to think, if he was here, would it have been different? Would he have had my back? Would he have been the brother I needed? But Jackson was on Earth, far away, living his own life. And me, I was here, stuck in a place that didn't want me. I had no one, no brother, no friends, just my own two fists and the anger building up inside me. That's when I made a choice. If they were going to treat me like an outcast, I'd show them exactly what that meant. I stopped caring what they thought, stopped trying to fit in. I trained, I fought. I learned how to make them fear me the way they made me feel weak. Now they don't laugh when they say my name. Now when they hear Jason Gregory, they don't think of the kid they used to shove around. They think of the guy who hits back twice as hard, the one they don't want to mess with. And Jackson, he's still not here. Maybe he never will be, and that's fine. I don't need him. I don't need anyone. Funny thing about being alone, you get used to it. At some point, the silence stops feeling empty and it just becomes normal. No one to watch your back, no one to pick you up when you fall. Just you, standing on your own 2 feet. And honestly, that's how I like it. I don't wonder about Jackson anymore. I don't sit around thinking about what could have been. He had his life, I had mine. And mine was built on surviving. Built on proving every single person who doubted me wrong. They thought Gregory was a joke. I made it a name they'd never forget, a name they'd fear. I worked my way up, fought my way through every challenge, every obstacle, every person who thought they could keep me down. And now I stand at the top, not because anyone helped me, not because someone finally decided I was worth something, but because I took it. I carved out my place in this universe with my own hands. And if Jackson ever comes looking for me, if he finally decides to see the brother he left behind, he won't find the kid he used to know. That kid is gone, buried under years of pain, years of fighting, years of proving myself. All he'll find is Jason Gregory, the man who doesn't need anyone. You know, people like to talk about strength like it's something you're just born with. Like some of us are just meant to be tough and the rest are meant to break. But that's not how it works. Strength isn't something you have, it's something you build. Jason wipes his face, his voice shaking as he continues. And building it hurts. It costs you every time someone pushes you down, every time you hear the words that cut deep, every time you feel like you're nothing. That's the price. And if you're like me, if you grew up alone fighting for every bit of respect, you know what I'm talking about. But listen to me, please listen to me. Don't let them break you. Don't let them tell you who you are. They'll try, they'll do everything they can to make you feel like you don't belong, like you're not good enough. Like your name, your very existence is a mistake, but they're wrong. You hear me, they are wrong. Jason looks away for a moment, swallowing hard, his hands trembling. I wish someone told me that when I was a kid. I wish someone looked me in the eye and said, Jason, you matter. Jason, you belong. But no one did. So I had to tell myself. And maybe no one's told you either. Maybe you're sitting there feeling like you're fighting alone. But you're not, because I see you. I know what it's like, and I swear to you, you are stronger than you think. Tears slip down his face, but he doesn't wipe them away this time. He lets them fall. So don't give up. Don't let the pain turn you into someone you're not. I know it's hard, I know it, but you have to keep going, you have to hold on, because one day you're gonna look back at everything they did to you, everything they said, and you're gonna realize that they never had power over you, not really. And when that day comes, you'll finally see yourself the way I see you now, strong, worthy, unbreakable. Jason takes a shaky breath, his eyes red, his voice thick with emotion. He stares into the camera, his expression raw. I know some of you are out there right now, hurting, feeling like nobody sees you, like you're screaming into a void and no one even cares. Maybe you think if you disappeared tomorrow it wouldn't even matter. But listen to me. It would matter. You matter. I used to believe I didn't. I used to think that if I just vanished, the world would keep spinning and no one would even notice. That's the kind of poison they put in your head when they tear you down day after day. But I was wrong. I see that now, and I don't want you to make the same mistake I did. Jason wipes his face, his hands unsteady. He exhales sharply, trying to pull himself together, but the weight of his words makes it impossible. The world, it's not always kind. It's not always fair. But you have something they can never take from you. They don't get to define you. They don't get to decide your worth. Only you do. And I know it's hard to believe that right now. I know it feels impossible when every day is a fight just to breathe, just to exist. But I need you to hold on. I need you to keep fighting, not for them, for you. Because one day, you're going to look in the mirror and see what I see right now. Someone strong, someone who survived, someone who wasn't broken no matter how much they tried. Jason presses his lips together, his jaw clenched as more tears fall. His next words come out barely above a whisper. And if no one's ever told you before, then let me be the first. He leans in, looking directly into the camera, his voice steady despite the tears. I'm proud of you. Silence. Just the sound of his breathing, heavy and uneven. Then he nods as if reassuring himself just as much as he's reassuring his audience. And one day, I hope you'll be proud of yourself too. Jason takes a deep breath, trying to steady himself. His eyes are still wet, but there's something different in them now. A quiet strength, a certainty. I don't know where life is going to take you. I don't know what battles you still have to fight. But I do know this. You're still here. You're still standing, and that means something. That means you won. He looks away for a moment, swallowing hard. When he speaks again, his voice is softer, but firm. Not every fight is fair. Not every day is easy. But you've already survived everything that's tried to break you. And that's no small thing. That's proof that you're stronger than you think. Jason wipes his face one last time and exhales, a deep shuddering breath. Then he looks back at the camera, one final time, his expression raw but determined. So if today feels heavy, if tomorrow feels impossible, just take it one step at a time, one breath at a time. And no matter what, no matter how dark it gets, don't stop walking. Jason takes one last shaky breath, his eyes still red but filled with fire. He leans forward, staring directly into the camera, his voice raw, unwavering. I'm Jason Gregory, and please, for the love of God, don't give the fuck up. He holds the stare for a moment, letting the words sink in. No more tears now, just the truth. Then without another word he reaches forward and shuts off the camera. The screen fades to black.